Say it ain't true, man.
Where'd you find this?
Let's get ready to rumble!
This is PHAT'S Barbershop Club.
Brought to you by PHAT'S Fresh Cuts. It's more than a barbershop.
And here's your host, Ladarius Fat Maimon.
All eyes on me.
What's up, Rustin? What's up, everybody? It is PHAT'S Barbershop Club, and I am Fat. I got in this building with me, Mr. Jeff Williams. What's going on,
What's
man?
up, man? What's up? How you feeling today, bro?
Hey, man, it's homecoming week.
Yeah, man, that's exciting, man. It's homecoming week. Hopefully, we got a lot of people coming through. Gonna be in town this weekend, man, to watch the Bearcats do their thing.
This is a different vibe for me, man. I see a lot of interaction, a lot of homecoming, spirit going along wrestling, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah, it's great, man. I love to see it. One of my biggest reasons for last year coming back home and getting back involved with the program was because I needed everybody to get back engaged, get back involved, man. And so, the Bearcats are winning, doing their thing, man. So now to see the community and the alumni tapping back in, man, it's beautiful. So I hope, everybody shows up tomorrow night, man, shows love to the 2022 Bearcats, man, so that they can see all of their family and how many people love them and support them, man. That's big.
It's definitely big, man. It's a good thing to see. I'm enjoying it myself, man. I've been making posts every day, man, showing a picture here and there, man. I'm trying to get into, get it deep rooted.
I saw that and it was great, man. I actually posted a couple myself, man. Matter of fact, just a couple of hours ago, man, I posted one of myself and some of the D-Dogs, man.
Yeah,
a picture that we were in the hallway. That picture was taken in the hallway by the lockers right by the office. Right? You know where I'm talking about.
Into the building,
right? Go to the right. The first set, that picture was taken
right
right there, man. So I saw some other people posting something. I posted last night, man, with some of my girl classmates, man. We were at graduation. So a lot of great memories, man. A lot of great people.
It's
just fun time
man.
to celebrate it and see it all, man.
I'm enjoying it, man. But look, man, we are here to talk about these Bearcats.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Man, we had a pretty decent game last week, man. I just about an hour ago just finished speaking to the Bearcats this week, man, and I told them, man, as a big brother, that I was extremely pleased with what I saw on display last Friday night, man. I know it was a lesser opponent, but it's not about the opponent. It's about them doing things the way that Coach Ball and the staff are asking them to do it. Right.
I went in last week and challenged them to do certain things in a certain manner. The champions have to be able to travel well without any problems. When you're traveling, man, you have to be able to go on the road. And when you're heavily favored to beat somebody, you got to beat them heavily.
You got to beat them. Yep.
And I challenged them to get out of the gate early. Don't mess around with it all night. And, they came out there and put their foot on the gas and played number one. So, it was a beautiful thing to see. It said to me that we are exactly where we have planned and positioned ourselves to be. So, I'm looking forward to the rest of the ride, man.
Yeah, man. I made the trip down to Pineville, man. I was able to get in there. And just to see, the guys, man, on the road game, the way that I think that they prepared, it was cool, man. They looked like they was ready to play a game.
Absolutely. Well, man,
it's kind of difficult on the road.
It is, man. But like I said, I told them, part of being a champion is you can't tell with the championship top level teams the difference between if they're playing on the road or at home. Because after all, the state championship is in the Superdome. It's an away game.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you want to be there and be at that level, you have to know how to travel and play on the road.
Right.
And everything's a learning process, man. So we've been talking about it since last year, but it seemed like last Friday night it all came together with the travel and the performance. Executing all three phases of the game. A lot of people getting involved, man, contributing. That was something that we talked about last week. I told them that, people in this locker room should not be spectators and cheerleaders. Everybody in this locker room has a responsibility to contribute. So again, man, what's beautiful for me is I go in and speak to them, man, and I'm starting to see in real time when we talk about something. I talk to them on Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday night, I see it on display.
Yeah, that's definitely cool, man. Look, I want to show the first clip.
Absolutely.
The first clip is it kind of comes as no surprise nowadays. Each Friday night on what we're gonna do on kickoff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it tends to work. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
I'm cool with it. Yeah. I've seen other teams in previous years use it, and it become a very pivotal thing.
It is an extra weapon that we have at our disposal right now, and so I think it's great for the coaching staff to utilize. The kids execute it. So as long as they execute, let's do it.
Well, look, let's look at the first the kickoff from the game, and then it's gonna follow. We're gonna follow with the first play of the game.
Okay.
All right. See, I think it's number 5. He gets it.
Nate. Yeah, man. And you know what, man? I can remember back in the day with it being homecoming week, just putting a little memories to it too. I remember going to Coach Chick, man, years ago and saying, "Hey, man, Coach, they're calling out the plays. Like when we walk up there and we get in formation, they calling the plays out." And so kind of what you're seeing with this year's group is kind of what Coach Childress told me then. He said, "Listen, I don't care if they're calling the plays out or not. We should be so good at executing it that they can know it's coming and they still can't do anything about it." That's how we execute onside kicks.
So once we get that onside kick, all right, we get on the field for the offense, and Dyson, he's out,
right?
So we got number 9, Jordan Hayes in.
Yeah.
If you blink, you'll miss it, right?
Jordan, man. One of the other things about a championship team is you can't have huge drop-offs from guy number 1 to guy number 2.
Got to have the depth.
You got to have depth because when it gets deep in this year, in this time of year, it's an unfortunate thing. But you got people who are nicked up, banged up, bruised up, and if you ain't got somebody else that can step up in there and hit the gas the same way, you can be in trouble, man. So it's been a delight to see this young man growing up before our eyes, and he's going to be something for Bearcat family to watch for a few years.
Well, look, let's check this out. This is the first play of the game right after the recovery of the onside kick. See, once he hits that, man, once he hits the hole, it's...
Yeah, he does it all at full speed. You see some running backs, they take it. They got to take a minute to make a decision, and then they get it. Jordan hit it from gate, man. And so it's difficult for a defense. The hole doesn't have to be huge when somebody is hitting it at that speed.
Definitely.
And if you look at the end zone angles a lot of time when he's running, man, it's not even a full shoulders width that he's getting through, but he's hitting it full speed. And so, man, I love it. And I'm gonna tell you what I love more than anything, because they have core values that the team put in place this year.
Right.
Number 1 core value was to be selfless.
Yeah.
So what I love is when they execute the core values. So what I'm loving to see too is while Dyson is out, he's also helping the coach Jordan on the sideline and saying, "Hey man, this is what they're doing. This is what you got to do." And that is another trait of the championship level football team.
I've seen. So right after that play, we throw a quick hitch to Aaron Jackson. He scores the 7 yards out. Yeah. I have the footage, but I won't play it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that right there was a quick display of football that you haven't seen in Rusty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It is, there's been a lot of talk, man. Let's go ahead and
let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of talk about offensive play calling In recent years, we've been predominantly a running football team, and some people have complained about that. But you're seeing a team this year that has the balance. It doesn't mean that we may not come out and play power football and just run it down somebody's throat. What it means is we have the ability to take whatever defense gives us this year and still make you pay for it. And shout out to Coach Chubb, man. I just talked with Coach Chubb a little while ago, man. We got a lot of young men who could play football on the offensive side of the ball. And man, from being a former player, there's a lot of things that we're preparing to do that we have, kind of in our back pocket that we don't want to show on film in week 1 and week 2. So what I want to tell the people is, bro, y'all ain't even seen all of the offense that we have the capability of putting on display. So again, man, buckle up. We just getting started.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talk heavily about the offense, right? Yeah. I mean, as needed. Yeah. The offense is really putting on the show this year. Yeah. But man, we've got top tier defense.
We do, and I want to elaborate on that some too, man, because I get a lot of inboxes, messages, calls, texts, whatever, and some people have said, "Hey, man, people saying this Russian defense is one of the best ever." I don't think they're that good. Let me explain to you. You can be good defense in a variety of ways. They're not the type of defense like I played on in 1990 where we're going to shut everybody out and have a goose egg every week. They're learning how to become that, as we saw last week, and I think you're going to see more of it down the stretch. Okay. But here's what they are. They are an opportunistic defense that they have scored almost every game this season. They are being, but they don't break.
The first score.
Yeah, and they get it off, they score, and again, man, this is all part of the script. The script is, hey, man, y'all don't have to wait on the offense, because when people were saying, well, the offense is struggling, week 1, the offense kind of struggled. We didn't really, Dyson goes out of the game. We didn't really put it together. But the thing was I'm telling them, hey, man, as a defensive player, doesn't matter to you whether or not they're scoring. Our offense is going. If the other team don't score, we win. Right. So you just need to play defense. Right. And there are some times when you can give up some big plays, but if you give up a big play, go out there and make a big play to make up for it. And man, they get turnovers as well as any defense.
And that's what we are, man. The first defensive series leads to a fumble, right? Yeah. And a fumble for a touchdown at that. Yeah. So I'm gonna show this clip, man, and we can kind of talk it out through it, right?
Yes, on the far side. And Whitty sends a man in motion, takes the snap. It's a bad snap all the way into the end zone. And this is very likely going to be a safety unless the Bearcats fell on top of it. Let's see.
And not saying their touchdown.
They got another touchdown. Auburn Tech Tree Service touchdown.
Yeah.
And that was a mod, bro.
They made the wrong call on what it was. But the thing that I want the listeners and viewers to focus on is when you look at this, if you're looking at it on the replay, I want you to count how many red hats you see around the ball. Don't focus on the fact that which one recovered it. Right. Focus on how many red hats were there. Exactly. So one of the things that they're learning how to do is whatever we do it together. You know what I'm saying? So if we get into the doggone football, the whole defense going to the football, and as they learn those type of things, man, they're going to be better and better every week. And by the time we get in and play deep in the playoffs, man, they're going to be clicking on all cylinders.
Yes. Man, let's take a quick break right now, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, quick break right here.
415 South Farmerville Street in Ruston, Louisiana. Find us today on Booksy to book your appointment. PHAT'S Fresh Cuts. It's more than a barbershop.
And we back. What's going on, man? You got a view on here. Said, what's up, cousin Jeff Vontae Johnson?
What's up, Vontae? Out in Texas, man. What's up, cuz?
Yes, sir. Man, we just talked about the fumble recovery by the defense. So we get the defense they do a tremendous job on the next series. They stop them. Offense get back on the field. And I think we're going into this is the second quarter, right? First play of the second quarter is a deep ball.
Yeah.
Like, who's expecting that, right?
Right. But again, it tells you the diversity of our offense, man. We can hit you in a lot of ways. And the kids are growing and getting better every single game. And that's all you can ask for from anybody, man. It's progress.
Man, you know, this group of kids, I've asked each kid I've had on the show, you know, individual goal, a team goal.
Yeah.
And they've all set out to achieve those goals, man.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I'm really pleased with the fact that they all reach out and try to achieve the goal that they have set for themselves.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, man, having team goals. You know, one of the things when I came in this year, man, they have a leadership council for the team that consists of 12 players in all different grades. Mm-hmm. And I kind of went through with those 12 leadership kids what the game plan, what were their desires for this year. And what I said was, you all tell me what you want to do, and then my job is to help design a blueprint to help you get where you say you want to go. I'm not telling you where to go. You tell me where you want to go. I must be a navigation system, so to speak, because, you know, I've been here, done this several times. So you tell me where you want to go, I'll help you get there. Yeah. And, man, concisively, man, 12-0, unanimous in that meeting. They said, we want to win it all.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that's different. When I showed up last year, it was like people were almost afraid to just go on the limb and say, we want to win it all, you know, but like I told them, man, if that's your goal, then be proud of your goal, work hard toward it, and give everything you got to go get it. And so they don't shy away from that this year, man. I mean, I don't care what kids you ask. They can be freshman, sophomore, senior, whatever. They want to win it all, and they are hungry, man. And I respect the fact that they're putting in the type of work that you put in when you're trying to make that type of run.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So I was talking to Aaron, man, and one of his goals was 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
He said if we can do 2 touchdowns a game, we can win. I mean, we clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah.
You know, not just because he wanted 2 touchdowns.
Right.
But if you can get 2 passing touchdowns a game,
right.
I mean, everything is clicking, right?
Right, because you have to think of it from this perspective. What we really do better than anything is run the ball.
Run the ball.
So if we scoring 2 passing touchdowns on top of what we do running, then Aaron is absolutely right. That's a problem for somebody if we're scoring 2, because that means we may have gotten ahead on you. And if we get ahead up on you, we got a stable of running backs. I mean, we can go 4 or 5 deep back there from the fullback to the tailback position. And so if we get up a couple touchdowns on people, we can make it very hard for you.
That's right, man. That's right. So look, y'all, check out number 1 on the deep pass, man. I think it was 58 yards.
Yeah.
I think so. 58-yard touchdown from Jay Osborne.
Yeah.
QB1 doing pretty good.
Yeah, let's talk about him after the clip.
Yeah, after the clip, we're going to talk about QB1. Man, it was that's textbook. It's in stride. I mean, you know, let's look at it from all phases, man. First of all, it started with the snap, perfect snap. You know, that hit him right in his chest. Yeah,
he perfect footwork. He step up in the pocket he got a little heat coming, but it's coming from the edges. So he step up in the pocket and deliver a strike. Smooth in the end zone, hit Aaron in stride, man. And so, you know, that's something that 2 years ago and even last year we didn't do as well. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of been Coach Ball's thing the whole time. You know, he caught a lot of heat for not throwing the ball, but his thing has always been, to me, I'm not in opposition to throwing it, but if we're going to throw it, I want us to be good at it. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. And so they had to develop the skill set because the kids want to throw it, but he was telling them, you got to be good. I hear what you're saying, but y'all don't do it very well. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Again, man, I respect the fact that they don't just go to him and say, Coach Ball, let us throw it, let us throw it, let us throw it. They're putting the work in to actually get good at it so that he can trust them when we throw it. Yeah. And like I said, it's getting better every week, man. So that's a good thing. That's good, man. Back on the defense. Yeah. One of my defensive favorites have been Christian Davis. Yeah. Not he the whole front. Right. Serious front four. Serious, right? Yeah. Front 7, really. Front 7, right? So, but him, he's more of that Yeah. Well, I can tell you
it's something.
As Christian goes, the defense will go.
Yes.
You know, Christian is that X factor that we're going to be pretty good on defense anyway. But I can tell y'all right now, if you show up to a Russell High game and you see that 6 is on that night, we almost too hard to deal with.
Cause see, this clip right here, this clip that I'm about to show. Like, this is the one. If you see this, it's a different ball.
Yeah, and it's the thing with Christian right now is getting him to do it consistently, man. But when Christian's mind is made up that he's getting to a quarterback or to a ball carrier, it's not many people can stop him from doing.
Well, look, we talking about Big 6, man. Christian Davis, y'all check this play out, and you'll know what we're talking about. Man, he played the ball.
Yeah. I mean, you see that play is going away from him. And this is the evolution of the program itself, Fat. Like early last year, if that ball is going away from Christian Davis takes that play off and just
and don't worry about it.
However it work out, it just work out. But
I saw that.
Again, here's the respect that I have for any man. You know, I don't expect anybody to be perfect. But I respect the man that when you come to him and challenge him with something and he accepts and embraces that challenge, I got a high level of respect for that. And with Christian, man, he's still figuring out how to do it every single play of every game. But that's the difference between 6 this year versus last year. And it's the difference in the whole program. They understand now we don't take plays off. We don't just say we're going to let our brother go take care of it. We're going to take care of it collectively as a group together, man, and we're better together. They're learning that more and more every week. And like I said, if you show up and you see 6 with his motor running like you just saw on that clip, it's going to be a pretty good night.
Yeah. 6 along with the kid, Jordan Guidry.
Yeah. And
tell me about it.
Yeah.
I hadn't even looked at it to even know what his classification is.
Junior.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Guidry is a junior. If I'm not mistaken, I think Bro may be a junior.
Bro, I know for sure Bro is a junior.
Yeah. So Christian is the only senior.
Okay.
Even with the linebackers.
Okay.
Both linebackers,
sophomore
and junior. So Christian is the only senior in all that havoc that you see in these dudes still got
the senior Jordan McWayne.
Yeah.
So, oh man, the defense is...
Yes, these guys will be back. That's, they still develop. That's what I'm saying, man. This team is developing. It's still, for the most part, a young team, a young defense. Yeah. That's why I say with every rep, they getting better, man. So, what I'm preaching to them right now is consistency, man. Don't get so excited with your last week's performance that you don't show up and perform this week, man. But these young men, if they can learn consistency and learn how to show up and do what they do consistently, man, they're gonna have a lot of success.
Exactly, man. Let's check this this Jordan Guidry play out, man.
Yeah.
He pulls him back 2.5 yards.
Yeah, man. And like you said, this is a young man who started last year as a sophomore and is back this year as a junior. And he and Bro, man, they are creating havoc, man.
Yeah.
Like, you see them come off the edge, bro. They are creating havoc, man. Yeah, it's been fun to watch them grow up, man.
That's cool, man. So we get out of that halftime. I think we after that come right out and Jordan Hayes.
Yeah.
The show again, right?
Yeah.
Y'all check this out. We'll talk about this one.
Yeah.
This was something.
It was special.
Special.
Yeah.
The move right there.
Yeah.
The one cutback, that was...
Yeah. And again with Jordan, man, what makes him so special, you saw about 3 cuts there and never diminished in speed.
Never.
And then hit another gear when he needed to outrun the DB.
Yes.
With a healthy Dyson and that coming, and Ellis.
With Ellis.
Yeah, these,
Jalen.
And Jaden Mayfield coming in time.
Jaden.
And, QB1,
what a lot of people may not know, man, it kind of tweaked the knee early in the season. So QB1 is another home run hitter, speedster that we really haven't even seen do his thing this year because he's just been getting healthy. But I saw at Ash.
He had one,
at Ash, I saw him take off on one, and I was like, okay, four look like he ready to go again. So yeah, man, like I said, a lot of moving parts, a lot of weapons, man, a lot of talent. And it's a joy to watch them do their thing.
I like it, man. We put up some numbers, man. We were able to get some young guys in the game.
Absolutely.
We got the Brantley kid, Josh Brantley.
Yeah.
Who was able to touch the ball. And, we had, just the whole running back lineup was able to touch the ball.
We had, young Dylan Brooks. Son of Donald Brooks, man. Shout out to Donald Brooks,
exactly, man.
Another fellow barber here in town, man.
Definitely.
Here's another youngster, man, that looks like he's going to be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? And I had heard that he was running very, very strong in some JV games and scoring 2-3 touchdowns a game in JV games. And he came in at the end of the varsity game. And I don't know if he reached 100, but he had to be pretty close too.
He got close to it.
Yeah, man. So again, the depth, man, is wonderful.
But yeah, let's check these last two videos out, man. Brantley and I have I had to throw a fullback.
Got the way, I understand that. You got to do that.
So shout out to Landon Smith on that one, man.
Yeah, man.
But here's Joshua Brantley.
Yeah.
Clock moving again, I formation, handoff up the middle, and Lander Smith gets into the end zone for the score. So the freshman fullback gets in.
Yeah, man, that was pretty much the game.
That's it, man. I mean, you see, what I was impressed with, man, is those are backup O linemen that are in that game, and you see, both quarterback and fullback basically walking in the end zone, man, and that's a testament again to depth. It means that we can go 2-3 deep and still be playing at a high level, and I like those chances against anybody, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing the creativity of this coaching staff down the stretch on how they get creative and get all this talent out there at the same time and put it all on display, man. Because it's if we can get all that figured out and get it all out there clicking at one time, man, it's like I said, it's just going to be hard for people to deal with because at the end of the day, we just got more athletes than you got.
Right.
Man. That's the name of the game.
Well, look, man, I want to give a bonus clip, man, because I can't go through this show and not shout out the third string defense.
Yeah, man.
Second and third string defense that kept the goose egg on the board for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, know me being a former defensive guy. I love it. I love it. That's something that we've talked about. And as a matter of fact, I told them that sometimes they didn't seem like they were greedy enough for me. They didn't seem, sometimes they seemed content with just winning and not dominating people. And so, yeah, man, I was pleased to see how this one wrapped up.
So here it is, y'all. Guys who normally don't get to play.
Yeah, man.
Got a chance to get a shine on and help the team.
And contribute.
So check out this defensive stand for the last play of the game. They thought they were gonna score.
Yeah, man.
We held them. Hey, that was good.
Yeah,
man.
and so what I want the people out there to understand is, man, you have to understand what type of mentality that you have to have as a team to be up by 62, and it looks like somebody's gonna walk into the end zone. I mean, you even seeing some of their fans start jumping up with their hands in the air, and we not only walk them down, but we take them backwards, man. That's the mindset that I've been calling for 2 years. Yeah. That's a championship mindset. That's a mindset that only the highest level of execution will suffice. 62-7
is good, but 62-0 is better. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's the way I've been trying to get them to see it. Like, man, if you're capable of beating somebody 62, well, this is the way I tell them. You make Coach Ball get you out of the game. Like, if you don't want us to run it up, get me out of here. But if I'm in the lineup, we're gonna bring that pressure to somebody, man. And like I said, it's just a joy to see conversations actually physically manifest out on the field, man. And
not just on the top layer.
No, you can see that it's saturated into the culture. Yeah, I want everybody to understand that that's what had been missing. It wasn't talent. You know, people have been harsh on the coaching staff, but the coaching staff knows what they're doing, man. Now, you can have your preference if you want somebody else or not, but these guys know the game. They're teaching the kids how to do it the right way. What had left the building at Ruston High School was the championship mentality-based culture. That expectation that regardless of who we're playing, if we're putting on our shoulder pads and helmets, we have an expectation to win against anybody because that's who Ruston High is, man. And so I continuously tell them we don't take second place to anybody. We don't bow to anybody, man. And so we had to recreate a culture where these kids have an expectation to win, and they're also willing to, in the preparation phase, do whatever these coaches tell them to do to be ready to meet those expectations, man. And that's what we're putting back in place.
And with that, man, I think that it left Ruston. But like everybody else, even when we were my senior year, we went 4-6.
Right.
But because we were Ruston, anybody outside of our area wanted to beat us.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we lost it as that, but nobody else did. They were like, "No, that's Ruston."
They still see you that way.
Yeah.
And that was a conversation that I had to have with them. Even when last week when they went to the top of the poll to the power ranking, I was telling them, you can go out there and have a bad night if you want to, but it don't matter that it's Pineville or it's West Washington or who it is. They see you as the top team right now. So that's the effort that you're going to get from them. That's why you can't go out at any time and not play at the top level. I'm encouraging them now to just embrace that new identity. You are the premier program in the state of Louisiana. Just embrace it and live with that, man. That's who you are now. So enjoy it, take it serious, perform within it, but don't shy away from it or act like you're not worthy of it. You're working hard enough to win, and so you should have an expectation to win.
Exactly, man. Look, Jeff, I appreciate it, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Love it, man. I love it. I appreciate you having me in here, man. And again, man, thank you for the work that you're doing to give these kids a platform, man, even give me a platform, because a lot of people have asked, what is it that you're doing with the program? What's your role, whatever. So you even allow me to come by, man, and just chop it up, man. I really appreciate it, bro. And man, hopefully we can do one of these from New Orleans in December, man.
Nah, we gonna do it. We doing it.
Yeah,
we doing it, baby.
Well, I'm on record, Fat, man. At last year's banquet, man, Coach Ball gave me the honor of opening up the banquet, and I closed my speech at that banquet by saying, next year, let's not just have a football banquet. Next year, let's turn it into a ring ceremony. So that's why I'm at with it, man. That's why I'm encouraging the kids to be at with it, and that's why I'm encouraging the community to get your mind right, bro. We have expectations to go to New Orleans in December. I encourage y'all to start doing like the old school fans would do. They would already be booking their reservations.
You gotta go ahead and do it.
If we not going, then we just have to cancel the reservations, but we have an expectation to be in New Orleans in December. And honestly, man, I think we got the coaches, we got the talent, we got everything that we need to be there. And so we're going to keep our head down, keep grinding, man. I'm going to keep encouraging them to keep their head down and keep grinding, and man, and let the whole city show up in New Orleans. And let's bring this thing back home like it's supposed to be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, man, y'all tune in tomorrow. I'm going to do something 5 o'clock. I'm going to do something 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some tailgating going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people coming through. No telling who you might catch.
No telling, man.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna split it up. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it from 5 to game time.
Yeah,
basically.
That's good.
So that's what we're gonna do. Y'all tune in. PHAT'S Barbershop Club, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Man, that's about it. Class of 91.
Yeah, I'm class of 91, man. I understand that. And and shout out to, man, I posted something last night and said 91, the biggest to ever do it. But I'm gonna tell you, man, just real quick, and talking about, I thought about it when I was driving up this morning, man. The class of 89, man. I got to shout out the class of 89, man. I'm talking about Bear Dade, man. I'm talking about Alameen Shabbat. I'm talking about people like that. But the class of 89, man, in 88, that's one of the few years Ruston High School, man, we won state championship. That was my sophomore year, but state championship in football and basketball that year. So shout out to that class, man. They was pretty nice with it too, man. So can't leave those guys out, man.
Yeah, I'm going basketball season.
Yeah. Well, we just gotta get the culture back all the way around, bro. That's the way it was back in the day, man. And it was so much fun, bro, because we supported every sport. Basketball was the only sport that I didn't play, but I didn't miss a game. What I'm saying? And I remember, I was one of the few guys that, from our community that was on the baseball team, but I can remember all of East End sitting around that gate watching me play baseball because they wanted to make sure we might not even be into baseball, but we in the gym. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to get it back to that, man, as a community, and that's what we're striving for.
Hey, Vontae, we'll get on that Union versus Ruston. We'll have
that conversation offline, but you already know how I feel about that. Shout out to Union, man. Union doing their thing over there, but it's levels to this, cuz we'll talk about it later, man.
Yes, sir. But yeah, y'all tune in next time, and we out.
What's up, Ruston? Thank you for listening to my Daddy Fat on Fast Barbershop Club.